is up, people? So I just saw a video on YouTube from another creator who informational videos and news and updates for Minecraft. Something interesting. This is for the patch 10.1.5. There's nothing we really have to worry about right now, but I thought it was interesting nonetheless. So we are going to check that out. So Dragonflight fractures in time, PTR development notes. So there's a bunch of stuff here. As you might imagine, they are working on this quite extensively. See augmentation, there's a lot of that. That looks like a killer spec to play though. Looks very fun. Let's see. I am very far up here. Let's check all the Druid stuff. Okay, so Guardian Innate Resolve has been redesigned. Frenzied Regen healing is increased by value based on your missing health. Interesting. Front of the pack has been removed. Race no longer replaces Maul. Cool. I know a lot of people like Maul. Dream of Scenarios mode in row 2 from row 9. Wow. Okay. Galactic Guardian. That sounds so cool. Guardian of the Galaxy, right? Alright. There's a bunch of stuff for Mage. As they promised. Holy as well. They are making a complete rework. They're really doing a number on the Paladins, aren't they? Priest, nothing special, blah blah blah. Now let's see. Where is it? Time rifts. Oh yes, here. So let's see. The time streams have become a bit more unstable with recent events, and as the boundaries between the times weaken, minions from the other timelines has begun making their way into Astro, blah blah blah. Alright, so let's see. Developers note. We are updating player totems and pets that are immune to buffs and debuffs to now only be immune to buffs. Mostly for PvP. Druid here. Nature's Vigil duration is now 15 seconds instead of 30. Their notes. We are reducing the effectiveness of group healing from DPS. From damage to healing conversion sources. The abilities affected are Vampiric Embrace, Nature's Vigil and Ancestral Guidance. While we want hybrid DPS to be able to contribute healing to the group, these spells have become powerful enough to temporarily alleviate the healer's role without interrupting the hybrid's DPS rotation. Okay. So they will change that. Now look at this. Alright, let's go. Balance. The following changes are working toward providing more build diversity for balanced druids, though we're happy with the current builds and want them to remain popular. Nice. I'm also happy with the current builds, actually. We'd like Stellar Flare to be a competitive option against a small number of targets, so we're reducing the duration of Astral Smolder. Oh my god. Can they just do something right? We're reducing the duration of Astro Smolder to make Stellar Flare or Wild Mushrooms more competitive at maintaining waning Twilight. Yeah, this is not gonna solve anything. It's just gonna make it worse, I think. Like, if they wanna make Stellar Flare competitive against small number of targets, don't touch Astral Smolder. The only reason why Astral Smolder works is because it's an 8-second thing. Reducing the duration. They better not reduce it beyond 2 seconds, I'm just saying that. To make Stellar Flare. Wild Mushrooms is fine. There's nothing wrong with Wild Mushrooms right now. You can definitely play that in Mythic Plus, there's no problem with that at all. It's quite good. It's just one extra button to push. Stellar Flare is what needs to be buffed, however. And if they don't wanna make it so that it goes back and procs shooting stars, then at least buff the damage to compete with Astro Smolder. That's what they should do. They should buff the damage of Stellar Flare to compete with Astro Smolder. That's what I'm thinking. Not reducing the duration of the only thing right now that gives us Waning Twilight that only comes from a crit. Sometimes I wonder if the people at Blizzard even play their own game. Okay. We're equalizing New Moon and Fury Overloon a bit. Okay, this is interesting. And easing up on the importance of entering Eclipse with a Nature's Grace change. What? What? Okay, let's say that again. We're equalizing New Moon and Fury Overloon a bit and easing up on the importance of entering Eclipse with a Nature's Grace change. Easing up on the importance of entering an Eclipse. Are you kidding me? That's what we do. That's like the core of our thing. Like, you know, 1 week they reduce the damage if you're not in an Eclipse to make it like pointless to do it outside of an Eclipse, and then they're like, no, we're gonna make it easier for you now that like you shouldn't have to be in an Eclipse all the time, and then they change the completely different talent. I don't think they know what the hell they're doing, to be honest. They don't really know. Like, they're saying here that they like where the Druid is at the moment, and I do too. I like it a lot. But then they are doing all of this weird shit. Like, are they just changing stuff for change sake? Let's just go back to old school, okay? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay, since many of these tweaks involve pulling back the power... What? Since many of these tweaks involve pulling back the power. Yeah, definitely on Astro Smolder, that's for sure. Back the power of current popular options. Why are they pulling back the power on popular options? We're increasing balances damage across the board to compensate. Okay. I don't like when they say to compensate, because that usually means that it's like, you know, nothing has happened. Okay, let's see. I'm not gonna try to do too much math here. I'm gonna have to wait to see what the theory crafters say on Dream Grow. They're fucking amazing at what they do. Okay, so all spell damage dealt increased by 5%. I don't like when they start strong with a list like this. They shouldn't do that. Waning Twilight damage and healing increased by 2%. Okay. Astro Smolder is down to 4 seconds again. I knew it. Oh my god. What the fuck, Blizzard? What the hell do you want us to do? Jesus fucking Christ. Wild Surge's bonus to Wrath and Starfire critical strike chance reduced to 12%. They're just destroying Smolder again. Forcing us to put crit if we're gonna play with Smolder. Idiots! Okay, I'm gonna try not to get upset here. Too late, right? Warrior of Elune. Okay. Warrior of Elune now starts its cooldown as soon as it's activated. But the bonuses to your next 3 Starfires must be used within 25 seconds. Okay. Well, I like the fact that they changed that the cooldown starts immediately. That means we don't have to use the cancel macro on Warrior of Elune anymore, which is good. And using all 3 of them within 25 seconds is definitely not a problem. Not a problem at all, so that's a good change. I mean, like, overall here, all spell damage dealt increased by 5%, it's a good thing. 5% across the board to all damage. Waning Twilight increased by 2%, which is also very good, right? The Astro Smolder thing, I'm just pissed off because I feel like they don't know what they want. Or what the hell they're doing. Like they buffed Astro Smolder to 8 seconds to make it into a talent that would actually compete with Stellar Flare when it comes to maintaining Waning Twilight, right? And even now on live servers with the 8 seconds that we currently have, it's not a guarantee that you're gonna have it on all of your target. It's not a guarantee that it's gonna renew even, because you still have to crit to get it to renew. Now they're reducing it to 4 seconds, but they're not doing anything what I can see about, well, in a way, maybe it turns out to be a buff. I mean, DPS wise it is actually a buff. Let's think about this, because what they did was they increased the duration from 4 seconds to 8 seconds, right? And they increased the damage from 20 and 40% to 40 and 80. So there was a buff to the damage, but a nerf to the duration, right? So the ticks would be more or less the same, but it would go on for 8 seconds. Here it only, as far as I can see, it only says that Astro Smolder's duration has been reduced to 4 seconds, which would mean that you would have the damage still at 40 and 80% if you go 2 points into the talent. But instead of having it over 8 seconds, it's now over 4 seconds, which means that each tick is gonna be twice as strong. So there is actually a buff. Purely damage-wise. Obviously, it makes Waning Twilight a living nightmare. But that's another issue. So damage-wise, yes, it is definitely a massive buff. Or DPS-wise, I should say, damage doesn't change because it is only about the duration. But DPS is doubled, I guess, because the damage comes out faster. But I'm just pissed off about their Waning Twilight, their idea of how we are supposed to maintain Waning Twilight, right? I just go as like Negura says, like people are like, oh my god, Waning Twilight, which I'm also maybe a little bit over dramatic. I'm mostly dramatic because I feel like Blizzard doesn't know what they're doing, right? They're doing these random changes back and forth, but it's kind of like, instead of taking it slow, like doing a small tweak, I feel like what they're doing is like chopping off a hand completely, and you know, they're making 2 big changes there. But we will see. I'm just like, yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm not angry, I'm disappointed. Okay, let's move on. Lunar Sharpnall has been redesigned. Which talent is that? That's a talent we never use. It is, right? Yeah, I knew it. Right now, Lunar Sharpnall Starfall's stars have a chance to deal an additional 13% damage to nearby enemies when they damage an enemy afflicted by Moonfire. Deals reduced damage beyond 8 targets. I've never used this. It is intriguing though. It's just like you have to sacrifice so many other things that you really need to take it. But anyways, okay, let's see what they've done here. Lunar Sharpnall has been redesigned. Ew. Starfall deals 20% increased damage. And it's now a... What? That's insane! So a 1-point talent here, and bam, your Starfall does 20% extra. That's insane. I'm doing so much damage with my Starfall right as it is. Holy crap. This is gonna be a must take for Mythic Plus or any AoE fight. I'm saying that right, I'm calling it right now. In any type of AoE scenario, you're gonna take this. For sure. Maybe you would even just take away balance of all things, right, and go over here. Not right now. Okay, umbral intensity. Are they bringing it back? Right now, right? Dealing astral damage has a chance to cause your next Wrath and Starfire to cast. Cause your next Wrath or Starfire cast during an eclipse to become astral and deal 25, and next step is 50% additional damage. Okay, let's see what they did here. I mean, when will they realize that as soon as they make these changes, something else will become a little bit unbalanced, and then they will have to do the changes again and again? Because one thing is for sure, people are really passionate about playing this game and min-maxing. That's World of Warcraft, right? People will always find the most efficient way to play the game. Always. There will always be one way that is more efficient than everything else. And everybody will want to do that because everybody wants to be as efficient as possible and do as much damage as possible. So that will always be the case. When will they understand? Okay, umbral intensity. Jesus Christ. But this is umbral embrace, I'm sorry. Umbral in... Which one is that? Oh, it's this one, yeah. No, Nature's Grace. Oh, okay. My bad. And yeah, what I just said still stands. What the hell is going on here? What? What the hell? Getting invited, okay. Sorry about that. That guy is not even in my guild. Solar Eclipse increases the damage of Wrath by 10% and then it's 20, yeah. Alright, let's see what they did. Because that's a pretty fun talent. You can technically play with it now as well. Not the strongest option, but not bad. Get a bit of single target too, but now that they buffed Denizens of the Dreams and Friend of the Fae, that's definitely a much better option. Because Friend of the Fae and Denizen of the Dream talents, they buff everything you do. Umbral Intensity is just for Wrath and Starfire. But let's see, Umbral Intensity increases damage dealt by Wrath by 20% per point. Holy crap! Okay. Oh man. Oh god. We're just gonna... okay, if what they are wanting to do here is like open up the way a little bit for mushrooms, which... like open up the way for mushrooms? Are you kidding me? There's no problem with the mushrooms, Blizzard. Never was. Mushrooms was never the issue. The only issue with mushrooms is that it's 2 points, 2 talents instead of 1. That's the only issue. However, Stellar Flare. But I don't know, like, this will be interesting, right? Maybe we're gonna go Smolder just because the DPS is gonna be so much higher. Like going a Smolder, Stellar Flare build. Some kind. I don't know. Feels like Blizzard just wants us to use all of our talents at once in every single pull. So it's like, when will we even have time to cast? Right? Jesus. Okay, and the damage Starfire deals to nearby targets by 50%. I mean, it's interesting. Will it be good enough? I doubt it. So you still need to spend your points over here, right? You still need to take Celestial Alignment, you still need to take Smolder. Like, you have to spend stuff here. Like, I don't see a world where you would take that. I mean, I'm just trying to think here, right? Like, what would I have to sacrifice at that point? Like, you can't sacrifice this now. It's just no. It's too good. This you definitely don't want to sacrifice. Too strong. You don't want to get rid of your Incarn. You need Star-Lord. Orbital Breaker is... maybe Orbital Breaker? Yeah, we will see here. Nature's Grace. That's this one. After an eclipse ends, you gain 15% haste for 6 seconds. Nature's Grace now only triggers after an eclipse ends, not when extending an eclipse with Celestial Alignment. Why you do this, Blizzard? Why? This is uncalled for. Fury of Balloon damage reduced by 10%. Yeah, that's not a big deal. Doesn't affect much. You know, it's just so strong now anyways. Still, with this reduction, it's still 40% stronger than it used to be. Radiant Moonlight, Fury of a Loon. What? Radiant Moonlight, Fury of a Loon. Oh. That's very strangely written. Radiant Moonlight, Fury of a Loon. Cooldown reduction is now 15 seconds. Was 20. Okay. Thank you, Blizzard, for fucking up our timing again. Right now it's pretty easy to line it up so that you can use your Fury of a Loon with your Incarnation or with your Pulsar. I mean, it's saying easy. I mean, all you have to do is like wait a few seconds here and there if you're not cancelling your Pulsar, which I am not. It's just I don't wanna screw that up. But here they're basically increasing the cooldown by 5 seconds. New moon damage increased by 100%. Holy crap. That's a lot. That one is gonna crit for like 150k. And it's a 0.8 second cast. Okay. That doesn't feel overpowered at all. They're definitely not gonna nerf that in the future. Half moon damage is increased by 45%, so that one is gonna crit for a little, yeah, around 200k. And full moon damage increased a little bit. Orbit Breaker's full moon power is now 60% instead of 80. Yeah, and that, okay. Then I guess you would sacrifice Orbital Breaker. But then you can't get any sense of the dream, what? Oh yes you can, but then you have to do that. Which you might have to, due to the reduction of this. The duration. God. Can't they just leave us alone for like 5 seconds to enjoy the play style for a while? Most people don't even know how to play like we are supposed to play now. Like most people have no fucking idea how to play the new Moon King that they just gave us, and here we go. Like Jesus Christ, at some point people are just gonna say, you know what, I just fucking give up. And they'll start playing something else. And I don't blame them. I won't be one of them, but I don't blame them. Where are we? Full moon. Okay. Well, I guess they're trying to make the new moon talent something more viable. It's kind of interesting. It is definitely, from what I can tell, the new moon stuff is definitely way better. This talent in single target. It's definitely not an AoE spec. Primordial Arcanic. Okay, let's see what we did here. The Primordial Arcanic Pulsar Tracking buff now counts up to 100 instead of 15. This is a cosmetic change only. Oh, thank God. Oh, holy shit, man. I was nervous there. Like, are we gonna have to cast 100 spenders to get it? Whew. Okay, only a cosmetic change. Thank the Lord. Oh God. Okay, well. There you go. Make of that what you will. That's for 10.1.5. I don't think it's gonna end up affecting us too much, I'm gonna be honest. It might just end up boosting our damage even more, so can't complain too much. I hope you have a nice weekend. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.